nothing left to do here until I get the key card from the real director, so I'm going to head to the underground now, and first thing on the menu is gonna be Silver. And this fight against Silver is actually a bit merciful for those who picked Chikorita at the beginning, because if you pick Cyndaquil or Totodile, his starter is going to be a fully evolved Pokemon. But if you pick Chikorita, the game is going to show mercy on you, and Silver's Quilava will have stayed a Quilava. Now the reason for that is that Quilava evolves much later than the other two starters, and because of that, well, Silver's starter in this fight is level 32, and the other two have already evolved by that point, but not Quilava. However, if you remember the second fight, the one in Azalea Town, he already had a level 16 Croconaw, whereas, you know, Bayleaf and Quilava are already, Bayleaf and Quilava at level 16, but Totodile is still just a Totodile. So I got cheated there. He had a level 16 Croconaw back then, but I'm not going to get a mulligan here. Not that it matters, I'm going to trounce him. Yeah, it was just a fluke. He definitely acted like it too. Every time I beat him, he acted like he won anyway. So this is the moment of truth. Will we be able to instill some doubt into that ugly little head of his? Well, stay tuned because it's happening right now. So let's start the show off with a Psychic on his Golbat. All of my attacks are super effective against this guy, so it was just a matter of, picking your poison, and Psychic was the strongest move, and it had Stab on top of that. Sneasel, well, now I'm not stupid enough to keep Alakazam in there, so I'm going to send Typhlosion in its place to exploit Ice's weakness to fire. And Sneasel doesn't have spectacular stats in defenses either. It's all about attack and speed. Two stats it couldn't really harness until the advent of physical Dark and Ice moves in Diamond, Pearl, and Platinum, and its evolution into Weavile as well. Feraligatr. Now I'm going to pick Raikou for this one, obviously. And one thing about Feraligatr is that it was green in Gold and Silver, but it was fixed in Crystal to match the official art. So Spark, hopefully that does it. Raikou doesn't have too many EVs yet at this point, so yep, it was enough anyway. Stab and super effective will do that to you. Who's next? Magnemite. I'm going to send back Typhlosion for this one then. And yeah, it's still an unevolved Magnemite. I think it's probably level 30 now. No, 28. So it's normal that it's still a Magnemite. We didn't get a cheating Magneton this time. Oh, it's the last PP for Typhlosion's Fire Punch. I think I should go heal between this part and the next off camera. So yeah, of course, as you might expect, another one-hit KO and Haunter. I'm gonna bring back Alakazam to finish the job that it started, and well, obviously I'm hoping it won't get off something like a Shadow Ball or something, though I don't think it's supposed to have Shadow Ball at level 30 anyway, so that's not much of a concern. And besides, I've already got so much of a level advantage that it couldn't outspeed me even if it tried to. So that's another Silver battle for the books, the fourth one. And yeah, he only realized just now that he lost 4 times to me, and I assembled the strongest Pokemon. Well, it doesn't show. You still got a bunch of unevolved forms there. You could evolve your Magnemite, your Haunter, and there was probably another one I forget, but anyway, you still don't have the strongest Pokemon. Love, trust, yeah, blah, blah, blah. Don't fall in for that crap. All you need is the strongest Pokemon. You're just not using them. You got a freaking Sneasel, for Pete's sake. Sneasel doesn't get good until, like, 7 years later. So don't even try making it good. You can't. So anyway, other than the trainers in this place, there's a puzzle that involves pressing switches to open and close doors, and it's a real mess, and since I haven't done it in quite a while, I don't really remember the solution, and I have too much pride to just go look for the solution on GameFAQs, else I would have done so for that stupid ice skating puzzle that I could have solved in 10 seconds and it took me 3 minutes instead. And yeah, I'm still angry about that. And someone pointed out that, well, I was planning to catch Suicune after this story arc and then go to the Whirl Islands. Now, someone pointed out that you can't get Lugia in this game until you get to Pewter City. Well, that's true. I'm not going to the Whirl Islands for Lugia. I'm going there for the items. There are a lot of items down there, and it'll allow me, once I do get to Pewter City, to go to the Whirl Islands, make a beeline for Lugia, and catch it as quickly as possible, then get the hell out of Dodge. Hopefully I'll have enough heavy balls by then, but that's not really what I was talking about. It's just that I know I can't catch Lugia until I get to Pewter City. And speaking of legendaries, one thing that slightly annoys me about Hard Gold and Soul Silver, other than the fact that you only get Suicune when you're well into your quest in Kanto, which, well, I think I mentioned it before, but if not, well, you have to meet it on Route 14 first, and then after that, it's the final encounter on Route 25, so you gotta spend a bit of time in Kanto just to be able to get Suicune, whereas here, you could get it as soon as you get the Clear Bell in Crystal, and even earlier than that in Gold and Silver, since it's one of the runners. But anyway, I didn't want to talk about Suicune, I wanted to talk about Lugia and Hulu in their respective versions. All you have to do in Gold and Silver to catch your version's legendary is stop Team Rocket from taking over the radio tower, and after that you can go straight to the legendary. However, there are a few more requirements in Hard Gold and Soul Silver. You have to beat the Kimono Girls first. But now you may be wondering, well, beating the Kimono Girls, you do that really early in the game, so why is that even a problem? Well, you need all 8 badges to beat the Kimono Girls now in Hard Gold and Soul Silver, and their levels, are much higher than before, apparently, and some people, well, they assault you one right after the other, so that's still just what I've heard, but apparently there's no healing between each. And some people actually have had trouble with the Kimono Girls in Hard Gold and Soul Silver. Now, I don't know if it's because they suck, or if it's because the game's challenge rises at this very specific point beyond the usual level of mediocrity that is almost part of this series trademark. But yeah, the point is that you get Lugia in Soul Silver and Who in Hard Gold a bit later than in Gold and Silver, but they slightly compensated for that by giving them to you at higher levels. Now we've known about their levels, their initial levels, that is, being boosted by 5 before the game came out, and I took it, okay, we're gonna have a hint here. Well, okay, that is cryptic. The other rocket gave me a more useful hint in that if I wanted to get out of here, I had to push the farthest switch first. Of course, I'm not gonna do that just yet because I want to explore the whole place, get the items, fight the trainers, you get the idea, the usual stuff. So anyway, we knew about that level increase before the game came out, and I, as well as many others, took it as a hint that the level curve would increase. Couple that with the roster for Faulkner, and you can understand why so many people were excited, when the roster for Faulkner came out. But that didn't turn out to be the case. Their levels were only increased because you got them a bit later in the game, and that's it. So, I've been putting out videos nearly every day for the last week, sometimes 2, sometimes 3, even 4 once, but I'm gonna stop doing that now. It's time I'm going to go back to the regular schedule of 1 video every 2 or 3 days instead of 2 or 3 videos every day. And don't worry, I didn't can the LP of Sonic 3D Blast. I'm going to finish it in the future. It should take no longer than 3 videos. So next time I'm actually going to take on this annoying puzzle with the switches and the doors and hate it.